My name is Rojin. I just joined not too long ago. I'm the category manager for light and room control. Schneider Electric, for the past 2 years, has been working very hard on innovation and also developing the best offer for the market. So I am just saying the wait is over. I think you guys have seen some of the roadmap for the past 1 to 2 years. And today, I think it's the right moment, to really share with you the exciting updates. And below, this will be the agenda for the topic today. It's a very you can say it's general, because we also want to share with you what are the global business trends that is coming through. From, let's say, it has been hovering around since 2019, 18, 19, all the way down to the future trends, because these are real trends that's going to drive light and room control, into the next era. And of course, this webinar today, right? We have selected a very, very strong development offer that we have done for the past few years. It's how we can elevate our KNX solution to the next level. So this part will be shared by Howard. As mentioned by Alice, he is the global offer manager for KNX. And after that, he will give you a sneak preview of Space Logic KNX. There's a lot of names that's flying in the market today. Within Schneider, it's called Optimus, but now we are going to share you the real preview. As per the roadmap you have seen for the past 2 years, the real development has happened and is coming. Okay, the official name for this new range is called Space Logic KNX. Then for sure, we also want to share with you some, two very nice story, that we have selected from global, and to piece up, where we are heading, in East Asia, because those success stories are really where the market is today. Okay, and the last will be the exchange for light and room control. As you guys know, that many things are happening digitally, even without this COVID-19 virus. A lot of things are transacting through, with digital information become very, very important. As you guys know, earlier webinar or exchange. Okay, today, we are so excited that Dusan will be sharing with you, what is exchange for light and room control. There are a lot of exciting information, training, and I strongly believe that this should be driven digitally. And for sure, everybody now has more time, to instead of serving the web to buy e-commerce stuff, right? Why not you spend some time in exchange to do some light training? Okay, the knowledge inside this portal, right? Is very, very, the content is very, very nice. Okay, so anyway, we can start soon. I don't want to bore you on this agenda, but I'm just saying it's let's start with the first topic. Elevating Schneider KNX solution to the next level. Okay, so I shall pass this. Give me a minute. Baton to Howard. Howard, I will stop sharing and you can take over.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Howard. I'm the global offer manager for KNX. I'm right now based in Germany. So yeah, good to be here with you. And I hope very soon we can also connect, maybe face to face. But at this special moment, let's try to use this virtual connection to share with you some latest ideas on our roadmap. First of all, as you may heard of nowadays, one of the biggest challenges for smart home applications is interoperability. In the end of last year, some, let's say, most dominant technical giants made an announcement declaring they will work together to develop an open standard for smart home devices. But as we all know, this idea had been already seeded since day one when KNX was born. As of today, KNX, as the only worldwide building automation standard, has proven itself since 3 decades. It originates from Instabus Research Institution, where our Matten entity was one of the founding members. Later on, in 1990, the European Installation Bus, so-called EIB, established to embrace more manufacturers join the community. And then later on, the CIB become official today's KNX Association. So it had been a while. So if you look at today, we believe KNX remains very strong and very relevant. Why? First of all, I think it's because it's clear advantage of KNX due to guaranteed interoperability, easy to set up via standard commissioning tool, supporting multiple applications, and also its openness to other systems. So KNX had been adopted by close to 500 manufacturers worldwide. And with growing number of innovations every year, this also attracts more and more well-trained, let's say, partners such as you guys to join this ecosystem and further nurture it. The influence of KNX had been further manifested via standardization, recognizing by the different, let's say, standardization body. And as the only worldwide building automation standard so far, as you can see, this leads to a massive installation base across the globe. So how we differentiate, right, with growing competition across the globe, mixed with traditional players, but also a lot of local players, and even some newcomers. So how do we differentiate? And we say our answer is our brand new Space Logic KNX, with the intention to elevate standardized KNX solution to the next level. What's new? First of all, we tend to build the system to be a hybrid system. So in the bottom side, as you can see, that's a classical KNX system, which contains two major components, the sensors and the controllers. The sensors are the ambience product, and the controllers, they're mainly deployed in the cabinet. But on top, we are developing more and more applications which are associated with connectivity, which opens up enormous possibilities via non-KNX system integration. The system, of course, can be commissioned by standard KNX tool, ETS, but also can be commissioned from by our unique software, eConfigure. So the Space Logic KNX system is also a decentralized system, which means on one hand, each device is very feature rich. On the other hand, the system can continue operating properly in the event of the failure of some of its components. So this is essential for a reliable system, especially in some very demanding commercial applications. In addition, this reliable performance further extends to the cybersecurity, which is a hot topic today. So as you may heard of, we have launched the new KNX IP secure devices, which are 100% compliant with the most strict cybersecurity standard today. And also the whole system we are launching is also past our internal, let's say, world-class cybersecurity criteria. Now, if you look at our roadmap, we take, let's say, three major boxes. The first one we want to nail down is the controllers. We said from last year until this year, we want to do more revival for our controller or actuator and system components. Later on, you will also see more and more sensors, and then the connectivity piece. So these three boxes are not strictly organized in sequence, because this year you will still see a lot of new applications released in the SpaceLink, vice for KNX. You will also see quite some sensors released this year. But today I want to focus a bit on the controller. I will share with you what's the new we are bringing to the market very soon. And then we probably will organize a separate sessions to introduce the sensors and the connectivity piece. But as you can see, we have already stretched our roadmap not only for this year, but also for the year to come. So stay tuned, and we will come back soon for the sensor and the connectivity part. Now, if we zoom into controller, as I said, there are actuator and system components. For system components, as you may already heard of, we have launched the new interface end system coupler earlier this year in January. They're much more compact than the existing product. They are also KNX IP secure and with also new features. Very soon in September, we will also bring three new power supplies with additional features such as extra auxiliary power output, and also support, let's say, 2 power supply connected in one KNX line. And also we have higher power rating, which is the 1280 milliampere version released. Yeah. Now for the actuator part, which will be today's highlight, is the basic and light room control solution. Internally, we have a nickname we call the Optimus, because thanks to the modular concept, mass and extension, it's like you can make different possibilities through, let's say, modular transformation. But this is not the only one. Afterwards, in September, we will also bring the new DALI solution with more advanced features, but also DALI 2 multi-master compliance. And then we have some HVAC KNX solution as well in the roadmap. The basic light and room control solution will be already, let's say, available in June. First of all, let's starting with some essential concept. You always start with a basic, let's say, light and room control module who do the switch, blind, and shutter. Yeah, it's a typical KNX device with 8 channel for switch and 4 channel for blind and shutter. But easily you can add up to 2 more extensions to expand more control areas. And you can connect the extension with this master through a simple pluggable connector in the front. Yeah, and the extension, you don't need to commission them through the KNX address. You can commission them directly from the master, still with ETS. Now, the similar concept also applies to the dimming, right? So the dimming master has the same idea as a switch, but of course has 2 channel output supporting 2 watt until 350 watt per channel. The dimming master can also not only control the dimming extension, and we mentioned for switch, right? It can also control the switch and blind extension. So in a project, if dimming is master needed, you can install the dimming master only, and you just install relatively cheaper extension module for switch and blind later on. The master extension, as we just mentioned, can be connected from the front via this module link when they are placed side by side. In case the customer has a request later on, the extension is added later, you can also connect them through the cables. If they are mounted still in the same DIN rail, you connect them via a short cable. If they are mounted in different DIN rail, you can even use a longer cable. So we believe this concept can bring additional benefit covering entire life cycle from the select, build, operate to the maintenance. Let's take a look into each phase. Why we say that? From selected phase, due to the fact it has combined functionality, it makes it possible to use less to achieve more. For example, if 4 switching and 2 blind shutter functions are required in a cabinet, the old approach requires 2 KNX devices and 8 modules of the WIS. With the new approach, only 1 space logic KNX master is needed, and using 4 modules of WIS, and one individual KNX address. Another scenario could be the customer is not sure about electrical blinds at this time, but the installation should be prepared for it in the future. So in this case, you can also install this device only, and then later on you can configure it for blind control. Another example could be the 2 dimming channels and 8 switching channels are required. With old approach, 2 KNX devices are required, and with new approach, only 1 KNX device is needed. So 1 universal dimming master and 1 switch extension, which is not a KNX device, so you can save 1 individual address. And also, if you look at the 10 ampere switch and blind shutter today, today you have the 6 references to cover multiple applications, but with new approach, you just need to use 2 reference to offer, let's say, 9 options. This makes the stocking, the selection also much easier. Also, very importantly, we tend to make every device with a standardized or unified 4T sites. So for the planning, it will be more, let's say, easy to remember. Then you don't need to calculate the back and forth to see that it fits or not. Now, if we move to the build phase, so the new module we called has 2 less installation feature. So the mounting of the device on the DIN rail can be done without a tool, just use a click. The assembly of a KNX cable can also be done without, let's say, screw terminal, but with an innovative lever. Yeah, you just take out this green part, insert this connector, then you press down this green lever, then it's tightly fixed. Right, so you do not need to any additional tool. And then for master extension connection, you can also just use cable or module link manually to put them in. Then the modular concept itself also increases the flexibility during the building and the installation phase. There are most often changes in a project, or things were forgotten, or new things come up, right? So we allow the response to the changes to the original plans with much less hassle. For example, the construction area had to be further expanded, more lighting groups are required, or new windows with blinds must be added to the zone. You can easily add extensions without adding more KNX addresses. And also you can reconfiguring these devices without adding, let's say, additional, without adding huge efforts in the commissioning. Right. One of the, let's see, innovations in this device is also about commissioning. So in the ETS side, we bring a default we call express setting or general settings in the ETS. So a lot of most often used parameters are already set by default. So you can just, let's say, take them without going to extended settings, right? It's already be done upfront. If you want to be more, let's say, do something special or want to do more deeper or comprehensive setting, you can click the extended settings and do it later on. These devices can also be configured by our eConfig Lite tool, which makes more easy, or you can also use that for easier quotation purpose. Another very new, let's say, feature is the technical parameter of in rush current. I think today this parameter becomes more and more, let's say, relevant, comparing with the switching capacity itself, due to the fact the massive adoption of LED in the field. which requires, let's say, more reliability to withstand the extremely high inrush current during this switching on moment. And then you can see the SpaceLogic KNX, the new actuator, we have so far the best in class inrush currents in the industry. Another one we apply quite some thoughts in the design is the heating management. So as you can see in the left side, that's our, let's say, existing device, and also some similar competition's device which didn't make the heat dissipation really, let's say, in optimum way. But the new design, we distribute the heat more evenly, and also this helps to extend or guarantee the lifetime of the product, but also very important to reduce the heat generation during the operation, as such to make the air conditioning cost also more reduced. Another part we are very, let's say, cautious is the sustainability. So all the device will be fulfilling Schneider Electric Green Premium criteria, meaning it contains minimum hazardous substances. It also complies with the REACH and the RoHS standard. And you can also get the instruction through My Schneider app to check how to recycle the device. The last phase we call the maintenance, right? So it's not only about building it, installing that, and then forget about it. I think for the maintenance, we also tend to make it more considered. First of all the device we're launching now will be able to do the firmware update, either for bug fixing or for new feature update. This update will be done via USB, which equipped in each mass devices, and through USB will be much faster comparing with some other players' approach through the ETS. And also through our firmware update 2, we also applied the most stringent authentication mechanism to make sure this process is super, let's say, secured. The extension module can be updated through the master, which also makes the whole update flow much easier. Then, in case you want to replace the device, right? The design of the module link and the connector, makes it much more, let's say, easier. Some of the competitor we saw with also this similar concept, but their connection is either from the back, or their lack of the choice to connect the master extension remotely, which reduce, let's say, significantly the flexibility. But with our device, you can see you don't need to touch the DIN rail devices already mounted, right? If you want to change either master or extension, you just take out the connector or the cable and put them out of the DIN. If you want to add something later on, you can also do that with this cable connector. The last point I want to see is this device also equipped with the QR code. So in case there are some, let's say, technical problems after you installing that for a while, you can just use your phone, scan the QR code, log into our website, get all the technical information on site. And also very important to mention, our firmware update 2 is not only for firmware update. It also provides additional diagnostics information. So if you see there are some problems, and you can use the firmware update to connect it with the device and see the operation history of the device, like the relay cycles, if that's approaching to the end of life, if that's some, let's say, abnormal operation during the history, to help you to make diagnosis much faster. And if the thing's really complicated, you can also use the phone to scan the data matrix in the side, and you can get the production, let's say, batch information, and then you can feed back to our technical support so that we can provide more in-depth analysis in our side. So far, this is our brand new, let's say, master extension basic light room control solution. But this is only one brick, right? One building block for our overall Space Logic KNX launch. And we believe with the sensor, with all the connectivity coming to place, we're able to revive our story towards our customers. So I would like to share with you quickly some new value story we are producing right now. So first of all, I think for our end user, we see they want to make their space more engaging, more efficient, and of course, more sustainable. And eventually at Schneider, we want you to also master our solution much more easily and have a greater peace of mind when you install them or commission them. And eventually, for all of us, we can grow our business. If we zoom in a little bit into detail, how we can live up these fixed values, you can see here, right? So Space Logic KNX, we create more engaging space by delivering additional values beyond the essential promise by KNX. So this year, we're also trying to create more HVAC solution, the air quality sensor, the fan coil control module. So it's not only light and shutter control. We also try to make the experience much more unique with the versatile UI choice. So very soon you will see we are going to revive our user interface like System M, the D-Life. We're going to renew them to provide more design possibilities. And also very important to mention, the unique and personalized experience also can be enabled by third-party integration. So last but not the least, we stay sync with latest standard development like KNX IoT, DALI, so on and so forth. Right? And very importantly, the connectivity helps us to be more connected with other applications within Schneider, such as EcoStruxure and Wiser. Yeah. So we are going to bring the new, let's say, hybrid edge control or gateway to allow us also connect with the wireless product from the Wiser. So this will come in the roadmap. So stay tuned. We will share with you later on with more details. Then come to the efficient play. Schneider, we're the energy management expert. We tend to build this also in our KNX home automation solution. So you will see more and more integration from our EV Link charger with our KNX solution. Also, the solution itself is not only stay at the endpoint, but also to be connected with the cloud to allow, let's say, more efficient management. The solution extends, let's say, the focus from design and build only, but also to operate and maintain, as we just shared. And later on, I think Dushan will also share with you more on the exchange. Last but not least, if you have, let's say, a project which are in one site, but later on you want to expand to the other regions or other countries, I think our well-spread technical support can also support that. The third one is about sustainability. So our device are equipped with enriched features to provide more energy savings, but we do not stop here. So our new products are also upgradable, as we just mentioned, so that today's purchase is also relevant for the future. The solution is also scalable, so that you invest a minimum to connect more installations later on. And also we as Schneider Electric remain as a very active player to bring the whole KNX ecosystem continuously advance. So we have been very actively involved recently in shaping the specification of KNX Secure, KNX IoT, with the intention to contribute on KNX ecosystem sustainability. And for us, sustainability also means breaking silos. So we have been working together with a growing number of manufacturers from other domains to expand use cases. And we also encourage you a lot to develop your local partnership, right? To bring our solution integrate with other systems. Now, for you, for our partners, we tend to make the whole system and solution much more easier for you, no matter from selected phase or sell phase or build phase. And also the simplicity comes from the flexible solution, so that you can cope with the dynamic customer needs or ever-changing customer needs in a much easier manner. And the solution is traceable, upgradable. So for the maintenance part, you can also cope with that with a peace of mind. Right. So in the end, I think Schneider, our DNA is reliability. We have been very much recognized not only in the the switching gear, the cabinet product, but also in the building automation more and more. And for KNX, we inherited this let's say recognition, but also manifested via our own devotion in cybersecurity improvement, and also our quality commitment. Today, you can see most of our offers is designed, tested in Germany, and manufactured in Europe. And so for you, I think you can fully trust us, and we are also able to eventually we are also able to jointly earn the recognition from our customers. Finally, I think we provide all the tools, assets, try to help you to grow your business. Exchange will be our focus. I will not let's say spend too much time here. I will let Dushan to explain you later on what we will bring new in the exchange. But also in the exchange, there also has a marketplace we call it. So you can also buy or sell the new solution from there. Okay. So in the end, I think very importantly, we all want to grow our business. So we tend to make everything is easier, simple for everyone. I will close my session by sharing with you two, let's say, recent customer stories. One happened in China. As you know, we are all suffering from this coronavirus. There's a hospital in Beijing, which had built more than 17 years ago to deal with the SARS. In early this year, this hospital need to be renovated to cope with the coronavirus. And within 5 weeks, we need to renovate that from design to delivery. So as you can imagine, it's quite like a mission impossible. But the local team in China, they have done a fantastic job to coordinate with partners, also with contractors, designers, to make it on time. They have successfully deployed the new actuators, also with the EBO, with connection through the Space Link. And eventually we delivered 1,000 patient beds over 25,000 square meter space full renovation in 5 weeks. As you can imagine, this space is operated 24 hours, 7 days per week. So with the new renovation, the operational efficiency had been significantly improved. And also with the new KNX solution, the reliability also fully guaranteed. So this is one case. Another case is completing another side of the world. It's in Finland. And I learned from logging, smart city is, let's say, a new buzz in your region, and the same in Finland. In the capital city, Helsinki, they want to achieve carbon neutral in 2035. They want to do some pioneer in one district of the city to apply more, let's say, automation solution. So Schneider Electric successfully pitched our solution in KNX, but also with our EV charger. So eventually, we in the phase 1, we built the KNX solution there, but later on, we also intend to use SpaceLink visualization tool to, let's say, manage KNX and EV charger in the building at the one place. Through this project, we are also able to create some more pull-through, like all the sockets, the push button, and also the other electrical distribution devices. Right. I think with this we also create a mind space in the city, in the government, so they are considering us for future expansion to more district. Thanks a lot for your patience. I think I spent quite some time. I take quite some time here. I hope the content is interesting enough for you.
Saying hello from a very nice warm day today in the Netherlands. So after Howard has shown you a little bit more about the vision and the story of where we're going with our KNX offers, you can see that we're planning to release quite a lot of new things this year as well as next year. And I wanted to take the opportunity to once again highlight our exchange platform and how it can help you throughout this process. So what Schneider Electric's exchange platform is really the principal communication as well as collaboration platform that we use for all of our EcoXperts. And so it does more than just a communication platform. It has different elements to it. And I want to highlight these to you. So there is the extranet, which was the original element of the exchange, which was really a place to put specialized content for partners, data sheets, installation guides, software firmware support, technical documentation. This is the place really where you can search by offer, by product, and can find all the relevant information related to a particular solution, a particular product, or a particular segment. This is the standard part of Exchange as a communication repository. What is new or newly activated in Exchange is really expanding it into two new areas. One is communities, which is an interactive space where partners can ask questions to each other. They can collaborate in between themselves, but also with Schneider's subject matter experts, with the offer development teams and the offer management teams in different communities. I will deep dive these a little bit to show you the specific ones that are related to lighting and room control, where you can find more information. And then the separate section is, and I think Alice has probably explained this to you already to some extent, and this is the element of the marketplace. The element of the marketplace and the element of the service provider in Exchange. This is a new element of Exchange where the platform allows for collaboration between customers or people who have a particular problem that they need solved, and you, our EcoXperts, as service providers who are there, who can potentially solve that problem and get that business. And it's the beginning of really a marketplace where people can sell their services and their products to a greater market and can also get jobs through the platform rather than just and diversify their revenue streams essentially. So I want to highlight this because it's very important that, especially at the start of this, that you do get involved and you do get your company listed up here, and that you become available as a service provider for future potential jobs that might be in your area and that someone might request through the Exchange platform. And you will notice you can also shop around in the marketplace shop, and you will see solutions, software solutions, data sets, for example, some physical service solutions that other companies, Schneider and other companies, are also offering on the platform itself. So this is, I would say, the two most important new parts of Exchange. So rather than just having the data sheets and the communication and information that's already there, we now really have a way to collaborate across the platform and give jobs and have a marketplace for services and products, as well as really a community where you can very easily get your difficult questions answered, make suggestions, talk about strategy, talk about very specific product issues, and where you will see the new applications and releases on KNX. So I will just show you quickly some of these. As I talked about the marketplace, yes, it's really a collaborative space between producers and consumers, allowing you on one side, or customers in general who are not partners in Schneider, to find a large choice of products and services and to be able to sell and buy, as well as for partners who are to be able to offer those services and get visibility for what they do in the platform. We've had a specific project that I can give you as an example of one project, which is with H&M. Whose main concern was that they wanted to centralize their maintenance and operation of all of their retail stores globally across 63 different countries. And they appointed Fujitsu here as a total FM company, looking at the maintenance of all the stores. But while Fujitsu was an expert in maintaining their IT and ICT systems, they're not necessarily an expert when it comes to maintaining the applications that run underneath, specifically to do with power management, building management, or lighting control. And they wanted to look for a centralized, validated, let's say, a risk-free solution to this problem that they could then deploy globally. So together with Fujitsu and our EcoXpert network, we've used the Exchange for this purpose, so that our EcoXperts, or Schneider EcoXperts, become the preferred solution provider for H&M maintenance through Fujitsu. So we started last year a pilot through Exchange with some jobs, for example, in France, and we've had 3 EcoXperts who received 7 jobs just as a part of this pilot. This is now growing, and we're looking at, I think, most recently about 15 jobs that were done just with H&M through this. But this is just an example of what we would like to do more and more of. And for you, the main action is really to go in there and register yourself as a service provider, make sure you're available and you're visible on the platform. And on the other side, on the Exchange side, it will be our job to drive more and more customers into the platform as well. So this is really a concrete benefit, I would say, for partners to really get into. And the other element I wanted to really highlight to you, and you will get these slides, is the lighting and room control communities. These have been around for a while, but they haven't always been active in the past. Now they're very active. We have subject matter experts from the offer management team, but also from the development and R&D teams that are present on the platforms. You will notice 2 things related to KNX. There's the KNX blog, as well as the KNX forum. So in terms of the KNX forum, it's really the place where you can ask questions, get answers, and look for solutions to particular problems and challenges. On the blog, you will see new releases. For example, for new applications, such as the Revox audio application for SpaceLink. So there you will really find application notes, you will find scripts, you will find useful things that you can use in your projects and start to apply in your projects. So I really encourage everybody to access the community, to ask questions if you do have the questions. Check out what's already there. Feel free to make suggestions in terms of things that are missing or that you would like to see there. And also you can also feel free to post things that you've developed yourself that other people can use, and from your company as well. So these are the elements of Exchange I wanted to highlight. And the last but not least, I wanted to it's nice to have this webinar to communicate with all of you and to present you the new vision of this of what's happening with Space Logic and the Space Logic launch. I wanted to show you a couple of slides. What we've done is develop digital animation paths, sort of a repository showing you all the available resources, e-learnings, screencasts or videos around our lighting and room control offers from a commercial standpoint and from a technical standpoint. This becomes an interesting way for you, especially if you have more time than before for whatever reason of due to potential isolation, to really deep down and at your own pace go through some of these extra learnings, go through some of these extra presentations on screencasts, highlighting the key new elements of our offer that have really been released within the last year or so, and really preparing us for the new launches and the global and local webinars and interactions that we will be planning to have with you in Q3 and Q4, specifically around the Space Logic launch. So I won't go through these in detail, but I encourage you to look at these paths and click on the links, both from a technical standpoint and a commercial standpoint, and use it as a way to develop yourselves or develop the staff in your companies. That is it for me. You will see links here also to Exchange in our tech communities. And that is the main message from my side, is really go to Exchange, register yourself as a service provider, get on the communities and use them to your advantage when you're even in pre-sales for a job, dealing with problems on a specific job, or just looking for new ideas and new things that you could do in the future. It's a great platform. Thank you all very much for your time. Thank you.
So, Dusan, thank you so much for the sharing. I think the Exchange is a very, important platform for everybody, not only for customers, but even for our internal, right, staff. Everything is posted there, and please, as what mentioned by Dusan, try to really explore the platform because it has tons of information. A lot of good stuff are there, and it is much easier for you, to find answers. Sometimes, through our traditional emails might not be fast enough for you. Okay.
Maybe someone is asking where we can find all the information about KNX. Maybe Dusan, can you show quickly on the Exchange platform where to find the product, light and room control, and the different section?
Sure.
On the extranet.
Let's see if that'll work quickly.
Yeah.
So one thing, you can use this presentation, but I think Alice will share with you. And you actually have links here to all of these screencasts, e-learnings, etc., in one way to just make it as a simple path for the company. On Exchange, if you go to Exchange, you have different elements of Exchange, for example. Typically, if you're registered, if you go under the home section, you will see products. But here, if you go under Collaborate, here you can go to the communities. I will go through these a little bit quickly. You can look for your service providers, or you can go to the extranet. The extranet is the basic place where you will find basic product information that's already released. So if you click on here, this will take you to the information depository where you can find, you can search for data sheets, installation manuals, guides, etc. And if you go under here, okay, if you look under products, you click on lighting and room control, you will find KNX system sensors, actuators, system components, all the existing products. You'll find network connectivity, lighting and shutter control devices. This is purely product information that you will find here. On the other hand, if I go back to, here, and we click on the communities, you can always search. The search works very well if you're looking for a specific product or a specific community. But if you look at things like this, you can also look. You can choose the community that you want to connect to. You can look at popular communities, for example, lighting and room control. If I click on here, these are the communities related to lighting and room control. There's the KNX blog, there's the forum, there's the CBUS forum, and there's a general forum for general questions regarding lighting and room control, which are not related to KNX or CBUS. But if you click here, for example, on the blog, you can also filter by labels, making it easy. So you can look for scripts, application notes, things that are related to particular things. But here you will see newly posted applications, newly posted integrations, etc. So these are all areas where you can find information around KNX, etc. But the easiest way, honestly, is to use search. Search works very well usually, and it will give you a list of different documents, and then you can fine tune and filter to get what you want.